Cleo, how you doing, baby? Okay, what I'm trying to do with all my pepper plants right now is just to kind of, on like the first row I have one, skip one, have one, skip one, you know, and kind of that way in between these two where I skip one on the back row I have one, because they're getting big and they're starting to spread out. Now this is the first year I'm using these cages to put them in, and I don't know if it's helping or if it's helping it or not, you know. I really don't know. It seems like they need to spread out a little more. I'm getting a lot of this kind of stuff happening, which I never really had happen on my peppers before. I never had any problem like this with peppers ever in all the years I've been doing this. So maybe it's because they stay in clumped together instead of getting open. So I might take these cages off. I might work on doing that today. But I need to thin this out some, and this too. So I'm kind of moving some things around. And after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start planting some carrots. I want to get my carrots in, and then I want to get some beets planted. These are the root crops. I can get them in the ground now, and they usually make it through the winter, and then in the spring I get to pick them, you know. Not pick them, you know, dig them up. But I don't have chickens anymore. I would give this to the chickens, or I don't even have chickens or quails right now. Just with the price of feed, I had to back off on all that for a while till things changed for me in the financial area. You know, I just need things to change, and so that's what I'm working on having some things changing in my situation here. You remember video with the mulberries that we were propagating? Well, it's only been I think maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but let me just show you the progress on this. It's looking pretty good, guys. And just about, so we had 25 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 of them so far look definite. Now these thicker ones that I made, remember those? They don't look like anything's happening, but that don't mean nothing. I'm gonna see how this one is coming out the bottom. So anyway, that's what's going on with the mulberry propagation there. It's looking good. I'm gonna let that go a little more before I start pulling them out and separating them and put them in their separate pots. But that might be a lot sooner than I think. So with the mulberries, now I know the season where I need to do this. Now, something I'm gonna do today too, and I'll video it. Even though you've seen enough videos with me doing the air layering, I'm gonna video it some more. But I'm gonna do my plum tree, and I'm gonna do something a little different with it, because the last plum tree, it was smaller, okay, but the time of the year might have been off, and I think right now is a good time because my plum tree is getting a lot of new growth on it, a lot of new green going on it, see? So what I want to do, because I got to trim it, like this branch right here, I want to trim, but that would be a perfect little tree. So I'm going to air layer it back here some, and that would be a nice little tree. And then I got a branch in the front that's grown out and hanging over the fence here. This branch here hanging out. And so I could maybe get a couple of air layers off of that. So that's what I'm going to do today too. I want to do that. Definitely want to get that done today. So I'm going to be getting set up for that. But I got to make a Home Depot run. I'm out of that Super Thrive. And I was going to do it without it. And I said, you know what? I need to go ahead and go get me the Super Thrive, because I think I want to have that in there when I do my air layer, you know. That's Super Thrive. It's just it's a bunch of minerals and vitamins, vitamin mixture with minerals and vitamins, just to I believe it helps in getting that done, you know what I mean, so that you can have a better success at air layering. So I got a few things I'm gonna move around, and I'm gonna go make that Home Depot run, and then we're gonna get together and we're gonna air layer on that plum tree. I want to get that done. So let me get some more things moved around here. Things are just too heavy to, even though it's a short distance to carry, it's just way too heavy to carry them. This one's kind of small. I don't know if I'm going to get this out of here. definitely got to save some seeds off of this banana tree because very prolific. I mean, this is probably the, I don't know, 6th or 7th harvest of peppers I've gotten off of it. Like you say, well, how you eat all that? Well, I make jellies. I cut some up and bag it using cooking. Want to do is get this on there to help support all those branches. Let's see if I can do this. I've never done it in the middle of a plant, but this is kind of thin. Let me get a wider one. Let's see if we can do this without tearing this plant up. Should be able to. No telling, man, no telling. Some more sugar in there. I want to come in with it. If some of the branches break, it'll be okay. There's plenty on here. Come back up a little bit. Go outside the container. There we go. Something cracking. There. This needed to be in there, but I need to cut this one off. Bottom there. All right, so let's see what we should take this out a little bit. This is a basil plant. Smells so good. I have this spider plant here, I call it, that I'm gonna repot, and we're gonna put it in the house. This plant is like on the top of the list, is a house plant that helps purify the air in your home. So this is a good plant for that. So this is going to be transplanted into a nice pot that we can put inside. Now, I had beets growing in here with it. That maybe that's what happens. The beets are gone now, so they're by themselves. The parsley is by itself, and I can feel it's a little dry feeling. I need to water it anyway. did this morning already, but everything looks dried out already. Maybe I forgot to water this middle area. I don't know. All right, I got to get another pepper plant right here. What is this? This is another basil. Looking good. I need to cut this branch off though. I can afford to do that because I planted a lot of basil this year because last year we ran out quick and I was using a lot more and cooking with it and making, you know, like pasta, basil, and all, you know, just different things, and we really enjoyed it. So I grew a lot more today. I still have 4 plants over there in my herb area, and that's going to be good for the rest of this year. I'm going to cut this branch off, get it out of the way. I'm going to dry that out. In the meantime, get the rest of this cleared out. A pepper plant with some parsley around it too. That parsley is doing good too. I probably need to pull that out. See, it's starting to die, but maybe if I separate it, because it kind of it's like 2 plants together. All right, I got to get a pepper plant over here. Jalapeno, and I have, this was a dill in here, but the dill's gone. I think I can carry this one. Okay, so that really, I get this little area finished up, and I know it don't look like I'm skipping one because I do have this. This is a basil right here, still growing right here, and then I have the lettuce. I mean the parsley. There's some parsley there. But overall, I got a space in between. See, I can, well, these things, because look, these pepper plants, I'm going to have them till it starts getting cold. And I'm going to start having to plant some plants. So I'm going to plant in between all of these. And I got the 4 on the back where I had my pickles and my cherry tomatoes, so I got those I can plant in. So that's 8 containers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's 5 here, 5 there. That's another 10. That's 18. I'm gonna have 5 here. It's gonna be 23 containers here open to plant stuff in, because this whole row here is gonna be my carrots. And on this area here, I really wanted to do this all strawberries because I want to get my strawberries going again. I had them for a while, they did great, but I didn't know what variety they were, and they were smaller, and I wanted a bigger strawberry, so that's on the agenda to get that. And but I got beets I want to plant, you know, and so I might start a row of them, beets off, and once they get going, I can move things around, you know what I mean? This back row is going to be easy to change up. So all I got to do is move this one over. Move this one in here. And this will go in the end here. This on the end. This will go here. This will go here. Slide over. Back. And then I don't think I have any more pepper plants. That's going to spread them out because I got room to put one more pepper plant, but I don't. So we're going to put the two empty ones there, and that will allow me to have two more available to plant in. There it is. That one's heavy. That one's filled all the way up. I'm gonna move you back. Give me some room here. Getting there and weed that out. This middle section is all weeded, and I think the back section is, yeah. You just got to weed that section and then clean out this area where I want to do my strawberries, but get this cleared out, get something ready. In case I come across the strawberries at Home Depot, I'll get them. They haven't had them yet. I think it's because, I mean, this should be the season to sell them, I would think. worms in here, boy. Whew. Beautiful. I got a lot of worms in here. Let's see if we can see them. Let's see. See? Worms. Look at them. Worms in there. Little. Now they had some big ones. The big ones kind of went down in the mud some. But when I was so we got them. I had them all in here. That's good. That's a good sign. Because you know what? I didn't put any worms in here. Definitely going to make a Home Depot run. We'll get some super thrive. We're gonna do those air layers. I need to do them. Make sure I get them done today. so easy to get sidetracked and there's so much stuff to do. So easy to get sidetracked and get, the next thing you know, time goes by, man, it's like, I'll do it tomorrow. And then, you know how it is, tomorrow really never comes. Roots coming out the bottom here. This one too. Those are some big ones there. This is the elderberry here. All right, guys. All right, I'm here to by the this branch hanging down over my fence. Actually, it hits my truck and stuff, but it's okay. It's going to be all right for a little while. We're going to go ahead and air layer this branch because I got to cut it off. So instead of cutting it off, I'm going to air layer it. So I want you guys to see and just watch along as we do this. And remember, you put your container on here or whatever you're going to use, and you cut your little area out about a ½ inch from each end. Okay. And then what we got to do is go up here and remove the bark. I have another spot in mind on this tree where we're going to go ahead and do this too. Another one. Because there's a spot hanging over the boat that I want to cut the branch off, but we're going to go ahead and make another tree, and hopefully all this will work. I think it's the time of the year for this because it's the hormones in the tree are moving up and down the tree because I see the green starting to come out on it, you know. I don't know if you guys can see. I was holding that down. It's hard for me to tell with the sunlight hitting the camera. I can't tell if I'm on it or not for you guys. I hope I am. If not, well, I know I will be for the next one. I got these knots on here. It's making it a little harder to do this. Side of it so I can see a little better. There we go. I got a knot right there. There we go. It's looking good. It's looking good. Get that knot cut. There we go. Okay, get back on this side. Now this still has the green cambium layer on it, so you need to disrupt that, scrape it up. Okay, all right. So we got that. Let's see, where is it? Where's my hand? Okay, hopefully you can see that. There we go there. I wish it was a little tighter than that. Let me see if I can find another one that might be tighter. I have some with smaller holes in it. This is the one I had at first, right? Is this it? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, well, there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and start filling this in. With the medium. There we go. I hope I'm not pulling it down so far and you guys are missing it. This doesn't really snap on like the square ones do. Okay, all right. Let me get this out. Might have to put some more around here. I think on that side. This side's kind of opened. I don't know. I think we'll be okay with the cellophane. Give me a little strip and go around it again, because that doesn't seem to be like it's wide enough for some reason. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get those little wire ties I got, and I don't want this to be moving. This is going to be getting hit probably. Where are they? Are they in here? Go get. This is weighing that branch down even more. Now the next branch is this branch right here. This one right here going over the boat. I was going to cut that, but I'm going to go ahead maybe around right here, air layer it and see if we can get a tree out of it. That'd be a nice tree if that takes. I got a lot of branches I really need to trim off of this tree, but I don't have enough to try to make all of those trees. I'm only going to do these two probably, maybe one more. We'll have to see how everything pans out with that. But let me set you up right here. You can get this close shot right here, and let me just loosen up on the camera a little bit so I can adjust it by hand, just reaching over. There we go. Okay. This is cut out big enough. I got one a little bit smaller, I would prefer it. This one might do. I'll cut some of these, remove some of these branches that are growing here, get them out the way, these little bitty ones. Plus that's less for the tree to worry about while it's doing this. Beautiful. It's a little tighter, so that's going to work out pretty good. Come down here, yeah, right up in here. Let me get it right up in there. Yeah, that'd be good. So let me mark these. Let me mark it here and here. Go ahead and get this stripped. This is a little harder than what you saw me do with the figs. Now that's the figs, their bark is soft. This is a little harder, so I gotta try to make sure you get deep enough, but you don't want to cut into the tree. You're just cutting the bark, and I know it probably looks like I might be putting a lot more pressure than it looks, because it takes a little pressure, but it's not. It's not that bad. I prefer these little containers I got because the top does snap when you're putting it on. Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing there. Getting time to restock on a plastic wrap. I got enough aluminum foil to do a few more. This lasts a long time. You get like, I don't know, 200 feet or something on the plastic wrap. But the little cheap things I buy of the aluminum foil is only like 25 square feet, they say. So if it's a foot long, it's 25 feet. So I'll probably use about 2 feet every time I pull some off. This was good here. This one will go around this way. It's beautiful. Let's see if I can get some of this aluminum foil. This foil is really cheap. I hope it's doing the job. I've never bought something this thin before. And I usually fold it in half to double it to make it thicker, but it's almost like it almost ain't wide enough when I do this. But I did the other ones and I didn't see anything wrong with it, so we're gonna continue to go like how we going here. Yeah, it's wide enough. I just gotta center it right. If I don't center it right, I'm gonna have one side not getting covered, and that's what happened on the other one. That's why I had to use another piece, because I wasn't working on it where I could really see it. To let it be equal on both sides, I couldn't really see it that way. This will come out really nice. Now we're still going to put the little wraps on here. The little I keep forgetting what you call these things. The packet says a cable tie, but there's another. I know there's another word we use for this. Zip ties, maybe zip ties, that's it. I think. Okay, that's beautiful. I have enough medium made up here that I could do another one. Darn, something I forgot to use was the rooting powder. I don't know if it works or not, because sometimes I don't use it, I get results. Sometimes when I use it, I don't get results because it has to do with the time of the year. I think I'm finding out, like right now, since I got my mulberry tree is starting to get green on it, this is starting to get new green on it, I think is the time to do it. The mulberries, as you can see, I showed you earlier, almost all of them are taken, and I think if I wait a little longer, they might all take. So we'll see. Let me see if I can. There's another branch I can do that I don't have to climb anytime. I wouldn't do this in the middle of the heat. If you're going to do it in the summertime or when it's really hot wherever you are, because like we in zone 9, and it gets pretty hot here, and it's hot right now, and we've been having heat waves and all that down here. Not a drought because we're getting rain, but we're having heat waves. Temperature's really hot. So anyway, all right, that's going to be it for this, guys. And what I'll do is if I work on that other one, I might try to squeeze it in on this video. If not, see you guys on the next video, and y'all be blessed, okay? All right, bye.